Hey, I'm Ali, welcome to my world, bitch. I really need us to all accept that Twilight is actually good. Can we just accept that Twilight's really good? Because it is. Cool, thanks, don't be a dick, bye. I often find that professional reviews of movies are unreliable, entirely unreliable, because the thing about critics is that they are film snobs who don't rate fun. But the thing is, I'm not a film snob, I'm just a film nerd, and fun is the highest thing that I rate. And you should listen to me instead of them because I'm a film nerd who will rate the fun. Also, don't you think I'm cute? My criteria incorporates the yikes or cringe factor, as well as enjoyment, and also regular critical review kind of stuff, like performance, production, etc. I'm not perfect, and I don't know much, but what I do know is that the Twilight movies are good. So me liking Twilight started as an ironic thing in late high school. I remember it came out when I was in middle school and I was like, this is garbage, I'm not interested. And then the more that I watch it, the more that I love it. It's honestly just the aesthetic, it's so good. It looks fantastic in every single movie. They've got their own vibe. And I'm like, this is how you light a movie. If you want to know how to shoot a movie, you watch the Twilight movies because they look amazing. However, on the other hand, if you want to know how to write dialogue, you do everything that Twilight did not. Because the dialogue is terrible. If you want to create healthy relationships for the screen, Twilight is the how not to do that. The Kissing Booth is also a book to movie series that is often compared because they both have abusive relationships and toxic romance at the center. But the difference is that The Kissing Booth is a cartoon in every sense, and Twilight is a piece of art. So just in case you haven't seen Twilight, here is a quick summary. I will be reading from my notes. I'm sorry, get over it. You don't have eye contact. Like, find a friend. I don't care. So in Twilight, Bella is a normal 17-year-old girl who has just moved from Arizona to live with her dad in Forks, Washington because her mom just got remarried and they've decided, selfishly, to just go road tripping. At her new school, Bella meets some ridiculously crazy welcoming people. She also meets Edward, who becomes obsessed with her, but like, not in a creepy way, in a romantic way. He watches her sleep, he says, stay away from me, I'm dangerous, you're my own personal brand of heroin and stuff like that. And then when she stays away from him, he seeks her out and says that he can't stay away. Like, okay, someone here is a hypocrite. It's so dumb. Toxic if I ever saw it.
Ellie, you hit your head. I think you're confused.
I know what I saw.
Anyway, she figures out that he's a vampire and she's not scared because he's not a scary vampire, he's a sexy vampire. Bella also has a friend named Jacob who is very pretty. And that's all we know about him at this stage because he doesn't matter in movie number 1. Bella's life is put in danger when some vampires who eat people, so Edward and his family don't eat people, they eat animals. So when some vampires come to town who do eat people, they sniff her out at a friendly vampires only baseball game. And Edward's adopted family of vampires, the Cullens, they protect her. They kill the guy who was coming after her and leave his girlfriend Victoria on a rampage to get Bella. Victoria will be important later. They go to the prom happily ever after. End of movie 1. In New Moon, Bella has a dream where she's a grandma, but Edward is still young and hot, and so it just kind of shows that she's insecure about getting old and him always being young and hot, so she starts pushing him to turn her into a vampire. But other than that, Edward and Bella are super happy. They're not healthy, but they're happy. Bella sees her other friends, who are really just acquaintances anyway. Bitch literally has no one close to her but Edward, who literally wants to eat her. The Cullens have to leave town because people are starting to notice that they haven't aged, and that's bad. Edward tells Bella to stay. He breaks up with her and she is very, very, very sad. Bella and Jacob become besties, and Bella starts having hallucinations of Edward whenever she's in danger or has like extra adrenaline. So she does reckless things because she misses him and apparently can't live without him, even though they were only together for like 6 months and they've now been apart for 6 months and she's in high school. I'm like, I don't know, move on now maybe? Anyway, Alice, one of Edward's adoptive sisters, has the power to see the future because magic. She sees Bella jump off a cliff and assumes that she died. But the thing is, Bella was just cliff jumping for funsies, just for adrenaline, you know, she wanted to see Edward. She's so quirky. But Edward thinks that she's dead. So he decides that he doesn't want to live in a world without Bella because he loves her so much. So he decides to expose himself so that the vampire government people have no choice but to kill him because he can't do it himself. Alice comes to visit Bella's dad, who honestly deserves so much better than the way they all treated him, but whatever. Alice is shocked to find Bella alive. They then go to Italy to save Edward because that's where the vampire bigwigs are. Of course, it's Italy, not not Romania, Italy. Bella saves Edward in New Moon just like he saved her in Twilight. And Jacob is a werewolf now. And there's like a vamp-wolf feud. And this is the second best ending to a movie that has ever happened in the history of film. Edward asks Bella to marry him. She gasps, and then credits roll. And it's just, art. Eclipse! Bella and Edward are happy and cuddly in a lavender field that they've hung out in like every movie. It's like their spot. It's really cute. They talk about Bella turning into a vampire and married and vaguely planning their life together. They decide to turn her after she graduates high school, which is in a month from now. So from when the series started and now where we're at, it's been 18 months. So you can tell this was written by a conservative religious person. There's lots of tension between Jacob and Edward because they're both really keen on Bella. But the thing is, it's not a love triangle. That annoys me when they call it a love triangle because it's not a love triangle, okay? A triangle requires a queer person. Like, okay, if Bella liked Edward, but Edward liked Jacob, but Jacob liked Bella, that's a triangle. This is just a line with Bella in the middle. Victoria is around and she's been watching from a distance since the first movie. She's just been entirely inconsequential. But now she's created an army of newborn vampires, and apparently newborn vampires are extremely like extra unable to control their thirst. So like they're extra strong and extra dangerous. And she's out for Bella. So threat on Bella's life again. We get some Rosalie backstory, which is the only spin-off that I want. Give us the Rosalie movies, you cowards. Literally the entire fandom just wants the Rosalie backstory. I don't want it from Edward's perspective. I don't care. Rosalie! There's more angst between Jacob and Edward. We get a history lesson with the werewolves and a battle on the top of a snowy mountain in May. But like they're like really like far north. So like sure, we'll just move past it. And Bella pulls a move that she learned from the werewolf in history lesson, sacrificing herself, distracting the bad vampires so that she can protect the good ones. Edward and Bella agree to get married and turn her after the wedding. Jacob is pissed about both of these things, and it is a not so happy ending to movie 3. Breaking Dawn Part 1 is probably my favorite one because it's just so silly. It's so much fluff, but it's just so pretty and it's just a vibe. Edward and Bella get married and they go on a honeymoon, and then disaster strikes. Bella gets pregnant with a demon baby.
It's impossible.
Half human, half vampire. It is literally killing her from the inside out.
I'm in danger.
Bella has to lie to her dad about her demon pregnancy and being like crazy sick and like falling apart from the seams. Jacob is in a really crappy mood the entire time and he's just insufferable. Like he's always been annoying, but he's even more insufferable. Bella breaks her back in one of my favorite movie moments. It just, the slow-mo, the sounds, it's just great. Anyway, Bella breaks her back and goes into labor. It's shot just fantastic. The tension, you know, I feel it. Bella is literally bleeding out on a table in a room full of vampires who want to eat her, but they can't eat her because like she's family or something. They rip the baby out and Jacob imprints on the baby. I don't know what that means because I didn't read the books, but apparently it means like protect love or something. I don't know. I don't care. Edward's just dawdling his ass off instead of biting Bella to turn her. I'm like, the time is now. Turn her now, bitch. But he hesitates and we see the light go from her eyes and we think she's a goner. She looks like the other mother from Coraline. It's terrifying. But then, just like magic, her bones heal. She's got lipstick and concealer and shit. And she's alive. Oh, best ending to a movie ever. Breaking Dawn Part 2. In the finale, Bella feeds her first feed. She resists human blood really easily because apparently she's like a superstar at self-control. She meets her CGI baby who's growing crazy fast. Bella and Edward have a bang fest and are just really happy and content with their little vampire fam. The baby, Renesmee, it's a mix of both of their mother's names. Is like 9, but also it's only been 2 years. So she's just crazy fast growing. Because magic. One of the vampire friends from Alaska is mad at the Cullens for being friends with the werewolves because the werewolves killed her boyfriend. It's like, babe, your boyfriend broke the rules and was running with a dodgy crowd. Maybe he wasn't good quality. You know, like, I know you've been waiting for love for like 500 years, but maybe that's because you have bad taste. Anyway, she snitches to the vamp government in Italy, not Romania, Italy, and tells them that Renesmee is dangerous. The Volturi, the vamp government, come for a fight, but take literally months because they're lazy. And that's the government for you. There's a training montage of the Cullens and the werewolves collecting friends to fight alongside them to be like, hey, Renesmee's not dangerous. That's their entire argument. She's not dangerous. We don't know. We just think, because we know her as a person. She's not dangerous right now. But the vampire government are like, okay, but she's probably going to be dangerous later on. And they're like, oh, we're willing to take that risk. And the vampire government are like, we're not. Killed. Anyway, they meet the Volturi in the snow because of the aesthetic alone. They fail to convince them that Renesmee isn't a threat, and a mad fight breaks out. Like, everyone dies, earth shatters, people descend into hell without a stripper pole. Like, they just fall, and I'm like, I mean, come on. That is not how I want to go down. Under the pole. Michael Sheen absolutely did not need to do this, but I personally am forever grateful. They also have to walk a really, really long way, and I'm like, okay, y'all are vampires. You have like super speed, right? Is everyone who's already there just like standing there waiting for like 20 minutes while you get your act together? But twist! Oh my god, twist! The whole big fight scene where everybody died and like descended into hell. Yeah, that was a vision that Alice showed the vampire government. None of it happened. It was all like in our collective memories. They literally wasted 25 minutes of the movie on a fake fight. I was so mad when I first saw that. Anyway, Renesmee's safe, the vampire government leave, and they live happily ever after, and Jacob marries the baby once she comes of age, even though she'll be an immortal half vampire and he's a wolf, and there's generations of old stinky beef. Happily ever after, the end. So at first glance, this is a story about a silly young girl who falls in love with a silly old man. But really, this series is incredible. We've got various characters. They're poorly written, but there's a variety of them. It's basic and stereotypical, but there's a variety. It's called camp. You ever heard of it? It's my favorite genre. Everyone has superpowers.
Jealous.
So we can all agree these movies are poorly written and sometimes directed and acted weird, and the dialogue is funky, but it is always aesthetically pleasing. I mean, the blue filter in movie 1, the warmth of movie 2, the weird dichotomy of light and dark in movie 3, and then just the glorious brightness of 4 and 5, and get out. Plus, Kristen is so pretty. But like, we learned so much from this series, like something to point to about gaslighting and toxic relationships and codependency, but also like how to create a fantasy world, how to correctly light a movie, how to not do wigs, and how to do a soundtrack, because just so many flawless choices with the music, and they blessed us with so many like cringe yet incredible quotes. Bella, where the hell you been, Loca? You nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster? You're my own personal brand of heroin. Better hold on tight, Spider Monkey. My monkey man. As if you could outrun me! As if you could fight me off. Like, where did they come up with this? That's so stupid. I love it. In conclusion, The Kissing Booth is a cartoon, and I will never watch it again. Twilight is a work of art, and I will continue to watch it multiple times a year because it is a joy. I give it an 8 out of 10. Maybe an 8.5.
Not over a 9.8, because there is always room for improvement.
Don't be a dick. Bye.